Zhuric, how do you describe the last 5 seconds of the game, making that last free throw and then getting that stop? You look pretty excited.
Yeah, relief. I mean, a lot of these games that we've, played come down to, the free throws. But, those games, though, there was multiple ways that we could have, won that game other than free throws. We could have got a stop before, the free throws. But, the games come to that, to the end. But, making these, it's just a relief. I feel like, that monkey's off your back. So, big win.
This is your 4th straight home game that was decided by 2 points. Did those earlier games play into it at all tonight as far as being able to close it out and finish off the win tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I think, we could just reflect off those games, try not to do the same thing. We've had experience and, I think this time we were actually locked in of, just trying to get this win because we've been through this, close games, at home. So just getting this win and, having this experience was big.
Keon, when did you know you were going to start? Does that change any of your mentality or preparation or anything going into the game, or is it just doing what you do whenever you're on the court?
I knew I was going to start yesterday during practice, but no, it doesn't change how I'm going to play the game because I have the mindset of not having any kind of superstitions when going into the game or practice because I feel that changes if something happens one day. So I always make sure to just go in the mindset of just doing the things that my team needs me to do, my coaches tell me to do, and play hard from there.
A lot of energy to the end of the game, a lot of fan energy. I mean, did it feel like maybe an increased crowd helped give you guys a little bit more energy tonight to start out?
Yeah, for sure. But, because we talked about all year, it's really just us. We generate our own energy, and I think that's what we, do preparing, for these games is, generating our own energy. And I think, in the beginning of the game, the preparation, we brought a lot. So I think, that comes from that, and, it was just a plus, from the fans today.
Keon, everybody wants to know about the threes, so you got to tell us the secret there. But the defense for you, you had blocks, you had a charge, you had deflections after deflections. Talk about your overall game today.
It's been coming. When it finally happened, my second three, I told FA to my teammates, I said finally, because I'm in the gym all the time, in the morning before practice, in the offseason, all the time with my threes, because I know that even though I may not find that comfort, because back in my old school, I wasn't shooting that many threes, putting that kind of work in the practices and off seasons, that I can make those shots. In practices, guys know that I can shoot that three. So I found the confidence not just for myself, but also for my teammates and coaches. And the defense, that's what a coach does every single day. Defense wins games, and that's what I make sure to make myself a defensive player because I know that's what gets me to the next level. So I make sure to prepare myself in defense before focusing on my offense.
You guys built that big lead in the first half. How important, maybe mentally, was it to finish strong? Zhuric, you hit that three to still have the lead going into halftime, even though they had, fought back and took a lead briefly there in the first half.
Yeah, I know, Coach, I think it was like the second media of the game, and Coach knew that, I think the foul count was 9-2. And we knew that the refs were, going to even out the foul count. So I think, just being ready for that, was the biggest thing for us, just not being mentally, down about that because we knew it was coming. I think every foul that we've got, I think we knew this was coming. So I think, just being ready for that, I think that's what led us to this win.
Well, along those lines, you had the big lead, and then Temple fought back to make it a 2-point game at halftime. And you looked sort of like you regrouped at halftime, and obviously it was back and forth through the second half. What did you guys talk about in the locker room? What adjustments were made in the locker room to get through the second half?
Defense. I think, just getting stops is, the big deal, for us. And I think, we talk about getting kills, 3 stops in a row. And I think, that was the big thing for us, That's a big thing for us, every game. So, just getting kills, getting stops, that's what we, regrouped and talk about. Because, that's what's going to win us these games.
Zhuric, you mentioned relief. Was that more relief just from how the game finished, with a couple free throws on the line, or was it relief kind of just, hey, we finally got a close win that, we were able to pull one of those out?
I think a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
These games, especially, like Hawaii, other games like that, I think just, it came down, to free throws and, just getting stops. So I think, it was a bit of both, the relief of, just getting a close win, and it was free throws, you know, for us to win the game. So I think that was just a bit of both.
Zhuric, coach has talked about your growth and your maturation as a leader on this team, and one thing he talked about recently is your ability to kind of move on from plays that may not go your way. It seemed like you were really locked into that today. You had a play also defensively where you dove on the floor in the first handful of minutes. It seemed like it really set the tone for you. Normally a game like where you had this kind of foul trouble may have not let you be in your best space. Talk about your growth, also your most efficient game, 19 points on 11 shots.
Yeah, you know, me and Coach, you know, we talk every day about it. I think it's not, you know, during the game, you know, it's, you know, outside of the game, you know, during practice, you know, and I think, you know, off the court as well, you know, how I interact with people, you know, how I go through things, and, you know, I feel like my growth, you know, has been, you know, very, very good, and I think it's continuing to grow, you know, so I think my bounce back is my, you know, my biggest thing, and I feel like I've, you know, gotten better, you know, each and every day, and I think just keeping a, you know, a short memory is the thing, you know, to get me over that hump.
Awesome job.
You seem like you got knocked to the ground as much tonight as maybe all year. Was this the most physical game you've played in this year, and how do you feel physically now?
Yeah, body hurt. Most definitely one of the most physical teams. Now you got teams like Houston and them, but yeah, for sure. It was definitely physical, you know, just I think you know, practice is physical, you know, as well. So, you know, just me being used to it, you know, just, you know, receiving those bumps and all the things like that, I think it helped me, you know, just get back up. So, yeah.
One more question, too, as regards to your growth. It seemed like you were more impactful, not just in scoring today. 5 assists, 4 steals, really made some big-time defensive plays. Talk about that part of it, and maybe not just defining yourself and just scoring points.
Yeah, you know, that's another thing me and Coach talk about, you know, that I can be a way better defender than, you know, than I put my mind to. You know, I think I've just been taking that on, you know, at first, and I think, you know, the steals, you know, it sometimes can hurt me, but, you know, Coach, you know, and the staff live with it, but I think, you know, when the time comes, you know, to get a stop, I think I've been, you know, very, you know, on edge about that. So.
And then what about the assists?
Yeah, I think just getting my players and my teammates involved, you know, I think that gets them going. And, you know, Coach, you know, we always talk about, you know, my energy, you know, reflects, you know, the whole team. And, you know, I think, you know, just getting them going, you know, Keon, you know, hit some threes, and I think, you know, that generated energy too. So, you know, just things like that. I think, you know, those going up as well, you know, just helps us, you know, more. You know, everybody's contributed, and just things like that.
Anything else?
How much, just obviously it was a tough loss to Wichita State here. How much of that game do you take with you to go play there? Do you use any of that, or do you kind of try and flush it and take it on as a whole new thing?
Yeah, I think, you know, getting to play them twice is, you know, the good thing that comes out of it. You know, of course we got to go to their place, but, you know, we know the mistakes that we've done, you know, that game, you know, just bringing it there, you know, watching film, you know, we got, I don't know, we play Sunday.
Yeah,
you know, we got a few days to prepare, so I think, you know, just going into that game, you know, just trying not to do the same thing that we did last game.